So SA 810, it deals with engagement to report on summary financial statements. What are these summary financial statements? Summary financial statements are prepared from complete set of financial statements. They will show a summary of the complete set of financial statements. Now, what are the situations in which these summary financial statements has to be prepared? Let's say, for example, for investor presentation, you cannot present entire complete set, you cannot discuss the entire complete set with the investors, because it will take a lot of time, and investors will also not understand the complete set of financial statements. So summary set financial statements will be prepared for discussing in the investor presentation. Okay, and these summary financial statements will be less detailed when compared to complete set of financial statements. See, these summary financial statements are derived from complete set of financial statements, and they are less detailed than the complete set of financial statements. They are used for investor presentation, submission to credit rating agencies, or including in prospectus for IPO. Next, engagement acceptance. Even this summary financial statements should also be audited by the auditor to check whether they are true summary of the complete set of financial statements or not. Now, in order to accept this engagement, generally, if the auditor who has audited complete set of financial statement has also been given the engagement to audit summary financial statements, he will accept the engagement. And in fact, in 99% of the cases, the auditor who has audited the complete set should only be given the engagement to audit the summary financial statements. Why? Because auditor has already audited the complete set, so he's having knowledge with respect to the entire financials and also business of the entity, so it becomes easy for him to audit summary financial statements. If you appoint some other auditor to audit summary financial statements, he will have to again understand the entire entity, he will have to understand the complete set, he will have to understand the audit done by the previous auditor, right? So all this has to be done. So mostly, if the engagement to audit summary financial statement is given to the auditor who has conducted audit of a complete set of financial statements, then he will accept that engagement. See, engagement to report on summary financial statement shall ordinarily be accepted when auditor has been engaged to conduct the audit of complete set of financial statements. Okay, now factors that has to be considered in determining acceptability of the engagement. Obviously, determine whether applied criteria are acceptable. Here, criteria means nothing but framework, financial reporting framework. Okay, the auditor, he will accept the engagement if the applied criteria is acceptable. Now, how to determine whether the applied criteria is acceptable? Preparation of summary financial statements require management to determine information that needs to be reflected in the summary financial statements so that they represent fair summary of the audited financial statements. Okay, it is the responsibility of the management to determine which items of a complete set of financial statements has to be included in the summary financial statements. Next, criteria for presentation of summary financial statements may be established by authorized or recognized standard setting organization or by law or regulation. Okay, the criteria for preparing summary financial statements can be developed by authorized or recognized standard setting organization or by any law or regulation. Now, where established criteria do not exist, if established criteria is not there, then criteria may be developed by management, for example based on practice that is available in the industry. Okay, if the financial reporting framework for preparation of summary financial statements is not there, then management, they themselves can develop the financial reporting framework. Now, factors affecting auditors determination of acceptability of applied criteria. What factors will affect the auditor's determination of whether to accept the criteria or not? Firstly, nature of the entity. What is the nature of entity and what is the purpose of summary financial statements? Information needs of the intended users, and whether applied criteria will result in misleading results. Okay, these factors auditor will see to determine whether applied criteria is acceptable or not. If auditor concludes that applied criteria is not acceptable and shall not accept the engagement. Okay, if auditor feels that applied criteria is not acceptable, that is the financial reporting framework is not acceptable, then auditor will not accept the engagement. Hope that is clear. Next, auditor, he needs to obtain agreement of management that it acknowledges and understands its responsibility for preparation of summary financial statements to include auditor's report on summary financial statement in any document that contains summary financial statements. Okay, the auditor, to accept the audit of summary financial statements, he should obtain a written confirmation from the management confirming their responsibility for preparation of summary financial statements, and management will include the auditor's report on summary financial statements in any document that contains the summary financial statements. That means the management will not issue summary financial statements alone. Okay, along with summary financial statements, management will also issue auditor's report. Okay, it is a responsibility of the management to issue that. Okay, so auditor has to obtain this agreement from the management. Next, to make audited financial statements available to the intended users of summary financial statements without undue difficulty. Now, to whomever you are issuing summary financial statements, for those users, along with summary financial statements, you should also give audited complete set of financial statements, because summary financial statement will not contain detailed information. If at all the users wanted detailed information, or if at all they wanted to understand in more detail of any item presented in the summary financial statements, they can refer the complete set of financial statement. For this purpose, whenever the management issues summary financial statements, along with that summary financial statement, you should also issue complete set of audited financial statements. Now, if you are not issuing a complete set of audited financial statements, at least you should communicate to the users from where they can get these complete set of financial statements. See, the summary financial statements describe clearly from whom or where audited financial statements are available. Okay, by contacting whom or by visiting which website you can get a complete set of financial statements, that needs to be clearly there in the summary financial statements. Audited financial statements are on public record, or if the entity has already published these audited financial statements on the website, it has to tell to the users of summary financial statements that our complete set of financial statements are already available on public record. If you want, you can check them. Or management has established a process by which the intended users of summary financial statements can obtain a ready access to the audited financial statements. Okay, if at all any process has been there to get access to the complete set of financial statements, you have to communicate that process to the users of complete set of financial statements. Sorry, to the users of summary financial statements. Okay. Next, agree with management on the form of opinion to be expressed on the summary financial statements. Okay. So these factors auditor needs to consider in order to accept the engagement. Okay, first of all, he needs to determine acceptability of the framework, that is criteria. Next, he needs to obtain written uh, agreement from the management with respect to its responsibility, and finally auditor has to agree with the form of opinion that he expresses on summary financial statements with the management. Okay. Next, nature of procedures to be performed by the auditor. What procedures auditor will perform on the summary financial statements? Evaluate whether summary financial statements adequately disclose their summarized nature and identify the audited financial statements. See, the auditor, he has to check whether summary financial statements clearly disclose that they are summarized financial statements, and the summary financial statements should also refer or identify the audited complete set of financial statements. Next, evaluate whether audited financial statements are available to the intended users. We have already discussed this point. The management, whenever it gives summary financial statements to the users, along with summary financial statements, it should give audited financial statements also. If at all it is not giving complete set of audited financial statements to the users, at least it should make sure, or it should communicate to the users from where they can get complete set of audited financial statements. Okay, auditor has to check whether this facility is available or not. When summary financial statements are not accompanied by the audited financial statements, then evaluate whether they describe clearly from whom or where the audited financial statements can be obtained. The law or regulation that specifies the audited financial statements need not be made available to the intended users. If at all, as per any law or regulation, it clearly specifies that the complete set of financial statements, the complete set of audited financial statements need not be given along with the summary financial statements, then auditor needs to mention, then management needs to mention in the summary financial statements as per which law it is not required to submit or make available the audited financial statements. Next, whether such a disclosure is there or not has to be seen by the auditor. Next, evaluate whether summary financial statements are prepared in accordance with the applied criteria or not. This is a basic point that the auditor has to check. Next, determine whether summary financial statements agree with audited financial statements. Okay, obviously summary financial statements are prepared from complete set of audited financial statements, so the amounts of figures that are shown in summary financial statements should match with the audited complete set of financial statements, right? And evaluate in view of purpose of summary financial statements whether summary financial statements contain information necessary. Okay, based on the purpose for which summary financial statements are prepared, auditor needs to see to satisfy that purpose whether required information is present in the summary financial statements or not. Next, form of opinion that the auditor has to give on the summary financial statements. See, when auditor has concluded that unmodified opinion on summary financial statement is appropriate, okay, auditor wants to give unmodified clean opinion on summary financial statement. Auditor opinion shall, unless otherwise required by law or regulation, use one of the following phrases. Okay, what phrases auditor has to use when he determines that he wants to give unmodified opinion on complete set of on summary financial statements. The first phrase that you can use is, summary financial statements are consistent in all material respects with the audited financial statements. Okay, this phrase you can use. Or, summary financial statements are fair summary of audited financial statements. Okay, you can use any of these two phrases if you wanted to give unmodified opinion on the summary financial statements. Next, if law or regulation prescribes a wording of the opinion on summary financial statements in terms that are different from those described above, then auditor shall apply the procedures discussed earlier and any further procedure necessary to enable the auditor to express prescribed opinion. Now, if any particular law or regulation prescribes different wordings of the auditor's opinion on the summary financial statements than this, okay, instead of these two phrases, if any law or regulation prescribes different wordings, then auditor has to perform the procedures that we have discussed earlier and also other procedures. Okay, and also other procedures that are necessary to enable the auditor that particular type of opinion, and evaluate whether users of summary financial statements might misunderstand the auditor's opinion, and if so, whether additional explanation can mitigate. Okay, auditor should also evaluate whether users of summary financial statements might misunderstand the auditor's opinion. If at all auditor feels that users might misunderstand the auditor's opinion, then he has to determine whether additional explanation can mitigate misunderstanding of the users. Okay, if auditor feels that additional explanation also doesn't mitigate the misunderstanding of the users, in such a situation he shall not accept the engagement in the first place. Okay, you shall not accept the engagement. Next, elements of auditors report. Basically, the format of auditor's report on the summary financial statement. First of all, you'll be having title, okay, the general format. Next, there will be addressee. You need to identify summary financial statements, including title of each statement forming part of summary financial statements. Identify audited financial statement, that is complete set of financial statement, and you need to clearly express your opinion. And statement indicating that summary financial statement do not contain all disclosures required by the financial reporting framework, because this is a summary financial statement. Next, if required, state that summary financial statement and audited financial statement do not reflect the effects of events that occur subsequent to the date of auditor's report on audited financial statement. Okay, if required, you can state that neither summary financial statements nor audited financial statements, they both do not reflect the subsequent events that have occurred subsequent to the date of auditor's report on complete set of financial statements. Okay, that point you can mention. Next, refer to auditor's report on audited financial statement. Okay, in the audit report on summary financial statements, you should also refer to the auditor's report on complete set of financial statement. This reference you can make in other matter paragraph. Next, description of management responsibility. Statement that auditor is responsible for expression of opinion. Next, auditor signature will be there, union will be there, and date of audit report will be there. Right, that is and place of signature. This is a format of audit report on summary financial statements. Next, modification to opinion, emphasis of matter paragraph, other matter paragraph in the auditor's report on audited financial statements. Okay, if auditors report on audited financial statements, that is complete set of financial statements, contains modified opinion or emphasis of matter paragraph or material uncertainty with respect to SA 570 or communication of key audit matter or material misstatements in the other information as per SS 720. Okay, if at all any of these 5 are there in audit report on complete set of financial statements. Okay, basically before amendment only these 2 points was there, now these additional 3 points also introduced. Then in such a situation, but already satisfied that summary financial statements are consistent. Okay, even though on complete set of financial statements modified opinion, emphasis of matter paragraph or material inconsistency in other information is there, auditor feels that the complete set of the summary financial statements, they are satisfactory in all material respects, then auditor's report on summary financial statement shall state that auditor's report on audited financial statement contains a qualified opinion, emphasis of matter, other matter, or material uncertainty, or key audit matter, or a statement that describe uncorrected material misstatement in other information. Okay, if auditor on summary financial statements feels that these summary financial statements are consistent in all material respects, but audit report on complete set of audited financial statements contains either modified opinion, emphasis of matter paragraph, or paragraph related to material uncertainty with respect to going concern, or key audit matter paragraph, or the material uncertainty in other information. If any of these 5 are there in audit report on complete set of financial statement, then auditor in his audit report on summary financial statement should also mention that in the audit report on complete set of financial statement these are there. Okay, either modified or key audit matter is there, or material misstatements and other information is there. Okay, that point you need to mention. Next, you need to describe basis for qualified opinion. Okay, see, all this it should be mentioned in summary financial statements audit report, stating that in the audit report of complete set of financial statement there is a qualified opinion or emphasis of matter paragraph like this. Okay, next, matter referred to in emphasis of matter paragraph, uncorrected material misstatement, effect thereof on the summary financial statement. Okay, what effect they will be having on the summary financial statement you need to mention. Next, when auditors report on audited financial statement contain adverse opinion or a disclaimer of opinion. Okay, if auditors report on complete set of financial statement contain adverse or disclaimer, okay, not qualified, then auditors report on summary financial statement shall additionally state that auditors report on audited financial statement contain adverse or disclaimer of opinion, and because of that, see, you should also describe basis for that adverse or disclaimer of opinion, and state that as a result of such adverse opinion or disclaimer of opinion, it is inappropriate to express opinion on the summary financial statements. That means whenever in the audit report on a complete set of financial statements there is a adverse or disclaimer of opinion, then auditor he should not give opinion on the summary financial statements. Hope that is clear. Next, modified opinion on summary financial statements. If summary financial statements are not showing true and fair summary of the complete set of financial statements, then auditor he will give adverse opinion on the summary financial statements. Hope that is clear. Next, restriction on distribution or use or alerting the readers on to the basics of accounting. Now, just like in SA 800, we have read about alert to the users. The same thing you can alert to the users that these financial statements are summary financial statements. In the same way, you can restrict the use of this audit report only to specific users. Okay, the same point. Next, unaudited supplementary information presented along with summary financial statements. If supplementary information which is unaudited is presented along with summary financial statements, then auditor needs to see whether the summary unaudited supplementary information has been properly differentiated from the summary financial statement. Okay, clearly differentiated. If auditor concludes that it is not clearly differentiated, then you need to ask management to change the presentation. If management refuses to do so, then auditor shall explain the audit report on summary financial statement that such information is not covered by the audit report. Okay, generally the supplementary information, on the supplementary information, auditor will not give his audit opinion. Okay, auditor will give his audit opinion only on the financial statements. Now, if management has presented supplementary information without differentiating it from the summary financial statements, then even though auditor is not giving his opinion on the summary financials on the supplementary information, users might feel that auditor is giving opinion on supplementary information also, because supplementary information has not been differentiated from the summary financial statements. To avoid this misunderstanding, auditor in his audit report he has to mention that he is not giving his opinion on the supplementary information, he is giving opinion only on the summary financial statements. Okay, we have discussed this point even in SS 720 also. Next, other information in document containing summary financial statement. We have discussed this point also in SA 800. If in SA 800 we discussed, in SA 805 also discussed, we discussed, right? If summary financial statements are presented in a report, then that report will be considered as annual report for the purpose of SA 720, and auditor he needs to check whether the other information that is present in that report is consistent with the summary financial statement. If at all it is not consistent, there are material misstatement, auditor needs to ask the management to correct those material misstatements. Okay. Next, auditors association. See, if the auditor who has audited the complete set of financial statements has not been appointed to audit the summary financial statements, and the management in a report that is containing the summary financial statements, it wanted to refer to the audit that has been, or it wanted to refer to the auditor who has conducted audit of complete set of financial statements, then such a reference can be made by the management only if the reference to the auditor is made in the context of auditor's report and the statement does not give impression that the auditor has reported on the summary financial statements. Okay, if management wanted to refer to the audit that has been conducted by the auditor on the complete set of financial statements, then such a reference can be made only if such reference is being made in the context of auditor's report and such reference does not give an impression to the users that the same auditor has audited the summary financial statements also. because actually the auditor of summary financial statements is different from the auditor of the complete set of financial statements. But management in the report in which the summary financial statements are being presented, it wanted to refer to the auditor who has audited complete set of financial statements. Such a reference you can made, but such a reference should not give an impression to the users that the same auditor has audited the summary financial statements also. Okay, if at all the auditor feels that such reference is giving an impression to the users that he has audited summary financial statements also, in such a situation the auditor should request the management to remove such a reference or to change the wordings of such paragraph. If management refuses to make the change, then auditor has to take necessary steps to avoid the users from understanding that the same auditor has audited the summary financial statements. Okay, whatever the steps the auditor want, he can take to avoid the users from misunderstanding. Okay, that is with respect to this auditors association. Next, timing of work and events subsequent to the date of auditor's report. Now, auditors report on summary financial statements should mention the point that audit report on complete set of financial statements and also audit report on summary financial statements do not consider any subsequent events that has occurred after the date of auditors report on complete set of financial statement. Okay, this point needs to be mentioned. So this is with respect to entire essay, entire essay 810. Okay. There are also two more points. We'll also see these 2 points. The auditor may become aware of facts that existed at the date of auditor's report on the audited financial statement, but of which auditor previously was unaware. See, now auditor is auditing summary financial statements. Now, while auditing summary financial statements, auditor came to know about certain facts which are present on auditor's report on date of auditor's report on complete set of financial statement, but at that time auditor was not aware of those points, but now he has become aware of those points on the date of summary financial statements, right, on the date of auditor's report on summary financial statements. Now in this situation, auditor, see, I hope you are understanding what I am saying. This is date of auditor's report on complete set. On this date, there are certain facts which auditor was not aware on that particular date, but while auditor is giving audit report on summary financial statements, okay, date of audit report on summary financial statements, on this date auditor came to know about those facts which were present as on date of auditor report on complete set of financial statements. In such a situation, auditor has to give audit report on summary financial statements only if these issues are resolved. Hope you understood it. Next, when auditors report on summary financial statement after completion of the audit of financial statement. See, if auditor is conducting audit of summary financial statements after he has completed audit of complete set of financial statements, then he need not obtain additional audit evidences with respect to audit of complete set of financial statements, because he has already done the audit of complete set of financial statements before doing audit of summary financial statements. Hope this is clear. So by this we have completed revision of entire essay 800 series, right? In the next class we'll meet with another revision. Until then, take care, bye bye, see you.